Nicky Verstappen, an 11-year-old kid, was murdered while on a summer camp in the Netherlands. After more than 20 years, there finally is some very important news. Will the Dutch police be able to arrest the killer of Nicky Verstappen? If you are curious to uncover this bizarre story, keep watching. We are going to every stretch of this uncovered narrative. As the summer of 1998 embraced the Netherlands, a children's camp in the idyllic Brunssummerheide was alive with youthful exuberance. Among the sea of innocent faces was 11-year-old Nicky Verstappen, whose infectious smile mirrored the carefree spirit of the season. But as night cloaked the landscape, unfathomable darkness descended. Nicky disappeared, and the camp's laughter gave way to a silence fraught with dread. Dawn broke with a sense of urgency, the camp awakening to a nightmare. The realization of Nicky's absence sent shockwaves through the campsite. Parents, staff, and local authorities coalesced into a singular force, united by a desperate mission to find the young boy. The search began, fanning out from the camp into the surrounding nature reserve. Volunteers trudged through the dense underbrush, calling out Nicky's name, hoping for a response that never came. Helicopters whirred overhead, their eyes scanning the vast expanse of wilderness, while police dogs sniffed the ground, seeking a trail in the labyrinth of scents. The community rallied together, a mosaic of hope and fear, as hundreds joined the search. Time, however, was a cruel adversary. Hours turned into a day, and with each passing moment, hope flickered in the growing shadow of despair. Then, in a secluded area, a discovery was made that shattered the heart of the community: the lifeless body of Nicky Verstappen. Just a short distance from the camp, yet a world away from the safety and innocence that had once defined it. The tragic discovery marked the end of the search, but the beginning of a mystery that would haunt the Netherlands for years to come. As investigators combed through the scene, the camp that had once echoed with the laughter of children now echoed with the sobs of those who mourned. The unanswered questions surrounding Nicky's death cast a pall over Brunssummerheide, transforming it from a place of natural beauty to a somber reminder of the fragility of life. The subsequent discovery of Nicky's body, a mere stone's throw from the camp, painted a harrowing picture. Despite the efforts of the authorities, the cause of his death was shrouded in ambiguity, with unsettling suggestions of criminal misconduct. As time meandered through the corridors of justice, the case faced the threat of fading into obscurity. However, Peter R. de Vries, a bastion of crime journalism, refused to let the case slip into the shadows. His tireless advocacy kept Nicky's story in the public eye, fueling a relentless quest for answers. The investigation saw its fair share of twists and turns. Early on, suspicion fell on various individuals, casting a net of doubt and uncertainty. Each lead, each hypothesis was meticulously pursued, only to hit a dead end. The true perpetrator remained elusive, a ghostly figure just out of reach. In a groundbreaking move, spurred by de Vries's relentless pursuit and the authorities' commitment, a massive DNA drive was initiated. This monumental effort saw over 20,000 men volunteering their DNA, a testament to a community's resolve to unearth the truth. The turning point in this labyrinthine investigation came with the advent of familial DNA testing. This innovative approach led to a startling revelation. Jos Bre, a man previously lost in the multitude, emerged as the prime suspect. Bre, skilled in survival tactics, had vanished, sparking a manhunt that spanned across borders. In the small Dutch town of Simpelveld, nestled in the picturesque Limburg province, Joseph Theresia Johannes Bre, known as Jos, led a life that on the surface seemed unremarkable. Born on October 20th, 1962, and raised alongside his sister, Brecht's existence was intertwined with the quiet rhythms of provincial life. On a hot August day in 1998, the serenity of Limburg was shattered. Nicky Verstappen, a young boy, was found lifeless near the Brunssummerheide campsite where he had been staying. This tragic event sent ripples through the community, and among the many locals impacted was 35-year-old Jos Bre, then residing with his mother in Simpelveld. On the morning of August 10th, the same day Nicky's body was discovered, Bre was cycling in the vicinity. He was stopped by the Marechaussee, a branch of the Dutch military police who were scouring the area. When questioned, Bre explained that he was merely heading home due to the warm weather. A report was filed for precaution, but the police did not see Bre as a suspect, considering him a random passerby. Brecht's life continued in the shadows of normalcy. He worked for a time with the Scouts in Heerlen and Nuth and was also employed at a daycare in Brunssum near Brunssummerheide. During this period, he was involved in a sex crime case, but it was eventually dropped. In 2010, as part of a renewed DNA investigation into Nikki's case, the police requested voluntary samples from 107 local men. Bre was not among them, as there was no reason to consider him a suspect at the time. The investigation yielded no significant leads. Years passed, and in 2017, a cold case team revisited Nikki's case. This time, 1,500 men were invited for DNA testing, and Jos Bre's name was on the list. Bre, however, did not respond to the request. The police visited his home twice, but to no avail. Bre, known for his travels and work organizing tours across Europe, told his family he was embarking on a hiking trip in the French Vosges. Traveling without a phone was not unusual for him, fitting his bushcraft lifestyle. He carried a GPS and sent several emails to his sister and a fellow bushcrafter, Erik van het Pagge, but then communication ceased. By February 20th, 2018, Bre was reported missing from the base camp Old Crow, a hub for bushcraft enthusiasts in the Vosges, where he was a site manager. Van T. Pagge launched a Facebook campaign, #FindJos, to locate him. Unbeknownst to the volunteers, the man they were searching for would soon be linked to a decades-old mystery. In their search, the police collected DNA material from Bre's home and his family members. Tragically, Bre's mother passed away on April 25th, and there was no indication that he returned to the Netherlands for her funeral. The turning point came on June 8th, when it was revealed that Bre's DNA matched the samples found on Nicky Verstappen. The quiet man from Simpelveld, once a mere face in the crowd, was now at the center of a narrative that had haunted the Netherlands for 20 years. As the summer of 2018 unfolded, the search for Jos Bre, now a key suspect in the Nicky Verstappen case, intensified. The Find Jos campaign, initiated by Erik van het Pagge and supported by a community of volunteers, continued to spread across social media, unaware of the dramatic turn Bre's story had taken. Meanwhile, law enforcement agencies across Europe were on high alert. The revelation of the DNA match had transformed the search into an international manhunt. Bre, a seasoned bushcrafter, had become a ghost in the vast expanses of Europe, his skills in survival and evasion keeping him one step ahead of the authorities. But the net was closing in. In a small village in Spain, a stroke of fate unfolded. A tip from a vigilant observer who recognized Bre from the media coverage led to his discovery. Spanish police, acting on this crucial information, apprehended Bre near Castellterçol, a town north of Barcelona. He was found living in a tent, an inconspicuous figure in the sprawling wilderness. In the quiet, solemn halls of a Dutch courtroom, the final act of a long-standing drama unfolded. The case of Nicky Verstappen, a mystery that had haunted the Netherlands for 2 decades, was now at its most pivotal juncture, the trial of Jos Bre. The courtroom buzzed with tense energy as journalists, family members, and the public gathered, each person carrying the weight of years of unanswered questions. At the center of it all was Jos Bre, the man whose DNA had linked him to the unsolved case of young Nicky Verstappen. The prosecution presented their case with meticulous detail. They recounted the fateful summer day when Nicky disappeared from the campsite, the harrowing discovery of his body, and the painstaking journey of the investigation. Central to their argument was the DNA evidence, a match that had finally given a face to a suspect after 20 years. Bre's defense team, however, challenged the prosecution's narrative. They argued the DNA evidence did not conclusively prove Bre's guilt in Nicky's death. The defense painted a picture of a man caught in the crosshairs of a desperate search for answers, a narrative that Bre himself seemed to embody in his stoic demeanor. Throughout the trial, the atmosphere was heavy with emotion. Nicky's family sat in the courtroom, their faces etched with the pain of loss and the hope for closure. Each testimony, each piece of evidence, seemed to bring them back to the moment they learned of Nicky's fate. One of the most gripping moments came when Bre spoke. His words, few but impactful, resonated through the courtroom. He maintained his innocence, adding a layer of complexity to the case. The prosecution, however, remained steadfast in their belief that the evidence spoke for itself. As the trial progressed, the Dutch legal system was scrutinized, its processes and procedures under the microscope of public opinion. The case had become more than a search for a culprit. It was a symbol of the pursuit of justice in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. Finally, after days of intense deliberation, the moment of verdict arrived. The judge, aware of the case's gravity and its impact on the Dutch society, delivered the decision. The courtroom held its breath as the judge spoke, sealing the fate of Jos Bre and, with it, closing a chapter in Dutch criminal history. The verdict was met with a myriad of reactions: relief, disbelief, and for some, a lingering sense of uncertainty. The judge sent him to jail until 2034. Regardless of the outcome, the trial of Jos Bre in the Nicky Verstappen case was a testament to the relentless pursuit of truth, a journey through the labyrinth of the legal system, and the enduring spirit of a community that sought justice for a boy whose story had touched the hearts of a nation. And there it is, the end of an unbelievable narrative. The story from the Netherlands evolved into a narrative that captured the attention of a nation and beyond. If you want to watch more videos that are similar to these, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. This will motivate me to make more videos like these for you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.